The First Testament of Arcanus and Veritas.
Symphonie numéro 1.
Segment sinfonique, D. Tema del segmento, alzarsi get up. Tonica principale del capitolo, Fa F. Progressione musicale principale del capitolo, ciclo diminuito cromatico minore. Suite sinfonico D. 2 fantasia, andante sostenuto e curioso, le parole di nessuno, L muri contro la libertà.
Compositional form. Chapter Natural 3. Descending, traditional form. Chapter 9. A common overtone. As the previous vision faded, Samuel found himself standing in the midst of a bustling city, the air filled with the aroma of spices and the chatter of a vibrant community. The sun hung low on the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink as the faithful prepared to break their fast. Beside him, Arcanus and Veritas appeared, their presence a comforting constant in the ever-shifting landscape of Samuel's visions. Arcanus, his eyes reflecting the warm light of the sunset, spoke softly.
Behold, Samuel, the power of dedication and the resilience of the human spirit.
Samuel watched as families gathered around tables laden with dates, water, and simple yet nourishing fare. The atmosphere was one of anticipation and reverence as young and old alike prepared to take part in their fast-breaking meal. Veritas, his movements graceful and purposeful, began to set the table before them, laying out a humble spread of bread, fruit, and water. As he did so, he gestured to Samuel to join him, inviting him to participate in the sacred ritual. Arcanus, his voice rich with understanding, explained,
Fasting for various faiths is not merely an act of physical restraint, but a deep and transformative practice of dedication. By disrupting the body's routine and denying its cravings, the faithful seek to cultivate a profound sense of self-control and spiritual awareness.
As Samuel took his place at the table, he felt a sense of humility wash over him. The simplicity of the meal and the shared experience of the fast created a powerful sense of connection and community, transcending the boundaries of individual belief and background. Arcanus continued,
In the moments of hunger and thirst, when the body cries out for sustenance, the mind is forced to confront its own weaknesses and desires. It is in these moments of vulnerability that true strength and resilience are born. Anyone, regardless of their beliefs, can learn from the discipline and self-reflection that fasting demands.
Arcanus added.
The true power of fasting lies not in the deprivation itself, but in the realization that we have the strength to overcome our own limitations. It is a reminder that we are the authors of our own stories, the shapers of our own souls. The fast is an invitation to explore the depths of our own being, to discover the resilience and beauty that lie within.
Then Arcanus added,
Samuel, to truly understand the power of this practice, you must experience it yourself. There is no need to disrespect differing faiths' interpretation of their own holiday, but nothing says we can't try our own version. For it is better to, at the very least, understand the process of the act itself, without having to mix in additional ideas that can be adjusted by one's own personal choice. Will you join us on a special 10-day fast?
Samuel, his curiosity piqued by the invitation, nodded in agreement. As the first day of his fast began, he felt a growing sense of anxiety, his body and mind rebelling against the unfamiliar deprivation of food and water. Arcanus, his voice filled with understanding, explained,
The early stages of the fast are often the most challenging. Your body, accustomed to its regular patterns of nourishment, cries out in protest, But it is in this discomfort that the seeds of transformation are sown.
As the hours turned into days, Samuel found himself grappling with the constant gnawing of hunger, his thoughts consumed by fantasies of food in the anticipation of the next meal. But as he entered the third day of his fast, a subtle shift began to take place. Arcanus, his eyes shining with quiet wisdom, spoke.
As the fast progresses, your mind begins to adapt, to release its fixation on the physical desires that once held it captive. In this space of clarity, new insights and understandings can emerge.
Samuel, his senses heightened by the absence of food, began to notice the world around him in a new light. The colors of the sunset seemed more vivid, the laughter of children more melodic, the simple beauty of a passing bird more profound, to which Samuel then said,
"Why, after reaching a threshold of what I perceived was my own limits, the fast feels like a similar, although much calmer feeling of hemp. It's as though it were a common overtone."
Arcanus, his voice filled with a gentle encouragement, said,
The fast is not merely a physical practice, but a gateway to a heightened state of awareness. As you detach from the constant demands of the body, you create space for the mind and spirit to expand.
As the seventh day of his fast arrived, Samuel felt a profound sense of renewal and transformation. His mind, no longer preoccupied with the next meal, wandered freely, exploring new ideas and perspectives with a clarity that he had only experienced with hemp. As the 10th and final day ended, Samuel felt a sense of accomplishment of a task. Veritas, his movements fluid and graceful, began to weave intricate patterns in the air, his fingers tracing the invisible threads of Samuel's inner landscape. As he did so, Samuel felt a deep sense of connection to the world around him, a newfound appreciation for the interconnectedness of all things. Arcanus, his voice filled with a quiet reverence, spoke.
The fast is not merely a test of willpower, but an invitation to explore the depths of your own being. In the space of stillness and deprivation, you have the opportunity to confront your own thoughts, beliefs and patterns, and to emerge transformed. Yes, there are many paths that one can take that they may be surprised, can lead to similar spiritual journeys if one were so inclined. Such as breathing techniques, pranayama, meditation, and of course, as you're well aware of, entheogens like hemp.
Samuel, his heart filled with a profound sense of gratitude and understanding, nodded in agreement. He saw how the practice of fasting, far from being a burden, was a gift, an opportunity to cultivate a deeper sense of self-awareness and connection to the world around him. For in the end, the true power of the fast lay not in the act of deprivation itself, but in the opportunity it provided to touch the very essence of what it meant to be human. To confront the fears, doubts, and desires that shaped our lives, and to emerge transformed, ready to embrace the world with a newfound sense of clarity, compassion, and purpose.